Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I've already I've already done this voiceover, but I decided, you know what, let me do it again. I was left with no choice because I kind of messed up my recording for the microphone, and I wasn't actually editing this in my editing software. I was editing the voiceover in an editing software, but not properly. If you edit videos, you know what I'm talking about. But today we're back again with another speed build, but this time around I'm actually building a house. I'm not renovating a house like my last speed builds and everything like that. I'm actually building a house of my own, and it is a seasonal build. If you know me, you know that I love autumn. I think I'll definitely say it's my favorite season. Out of every single season, I live in a place where it has all four seasons, so I wouldn't say I would say that autumn's my favorite. Even if like my close second is definitely spring. I don't know, but I feel like I'm not really into like the harsh weathers like autumn. Sorry, not autumn, like summer. Don't even get me started on summer. Summer is not my favorite season at all. It's probably the worst actually. I'll probably go autumn, spring, winter, and then summer. Summer's last. I don't know. I just as I've gotten older, I really cannot handle the heat. I don't know what is going on. I've just become, I guess, really sensitive to the heat as I've gotten older. It's not my favorite thing, and because I live in a place that has all four seasons, I kind of have to learn how to cope with it because what am I supposed to do? But we're here with an autumn build in September. I really wanted to get this out, and oh, I don't know if you heard that. Hopefully not. I mean, if you hear, you will hear things in the background because I'm still playing around with my mic settings. I did get my PC. It's been a bit of a hassle, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna really talk about it. But the thing is, I actually filmed this autumn speed build. It wasn't intended for it to be a speed build. I do talk in the video, so it's gonna take a bit of time for me to actually edit the full thing because I have to send my PC back and everything like that. So, which is really great, even though I just got it. But my plan initially was to build this, and do you know when you watch like long plays, it's kind of like that. My intention was to make it into a long play and not a speed build, but things came up and I had to make it into a speed build to make it easier for editing purposes and stuff like that. But yeah, it has to be a speed build. But in the next few weeks, hopefully by the end of September, it's current. I don't know about the end of September. Well, we've got like 2 weeks left until the end of September. It's the 18th when I'm editing this, so I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But my my goal by the end of September is to actually, if you don't know, let me say one thing at a time. I've got a second channel, and that's where I post unedited videos from like the speed builds. They are unedited, but now that I've got my PC, I have to send it back. But now that I've got it, I know that I've got it. I just need to send it back because they made a few errors in my PC building. Well, yeah, okay, they did. But now that I know that I've got it, and I'll be getting it back maybe in like a week and a half's time. I'm editing this before I have to send it off, so that's very helpful. But my plan is to actually edit the entire thing. So I am actually talking this video, but of course I had to mute it and turn it into speed build. But the actual unedited part where I'm actually talking about my thoughts and how I'm supposed to build this, I'm actually talking throughout the entire video. So I'll hopefully be able to post the actual video, the intended video, on my second channel. I do wish it was. I really did want it to be on my main channel, but things change, and I guess I can just make more content out of it. I don't think it makes sense to put a speed build on my second channel because, again, the second channel is for unedited stuff. So I guess it's a win because I get 2 videos out of one. But yeah, I'm even talking through this section. I know that because I think because basically what happened with my PC is I got sent my PC last week. It's Wednesday right now, I think. Let me check the time on my phone. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah. No, it's Thursday. I got sent a PC last week, and then I got an email from the company saying they sent me the wrong one, which is amazing. They sent me the wrong ones, and I had to send it back at the end of last week. At the beginning of this week, I got my PC, but I've been experiencing a lot of issues that aren't normal for PCs, so I've had to send it back at the end of this week, and hopefully by this time next week, I'll have my PC back. It's been a lot. It's been very stressful, and even on top of that, last week I was dealing with a migraine. I had a migraine for like 4 days. My migraines tend to last for like 3 to 4 days. This one lasted for 4. I don't know what was going on. I slept on the third. It was the third day, and it was getting better in the evening of the third day, which I was like, okay, good. But normally when I have a migraine on the third day, it's like the afternoon to evening. It's not late evening when my headache starts to get better, but I was going to take my chances because God, having a migraine is not, it's not feel good at all. So I had a migraine, everything. Let's try and set up my PC. On top of that, it was really stressful. Would not recommend at all. Yeah, I was setting that up just to find out that it was not the right piece. I had a lot of issues. So, and then this half, actually, the floor plan for this house does change. This section here was filmed on the PC that they sent me in error. So this is filmed on the other PC. And then the actual floor plan, the one that I stick to, that ends up being, sorry if you hear cars passing by. I'm just trying my best to kind of cover up my loud talking. The second half where the floor plan is actually the correct floor plan was finished on this PC, the one I have now, that I have to send back. So it's a little bit of a hassle, but I did, and when I got my PC, I really wanted to get this house done because it's really fun. This is the first build I've actually made for seasons. And I've never had seasons in my game, like, ever. I've always played, like, with Sims games. The most experience the most experience I've had with Sims games was from Sims Free Play or Sims Mobile. I think that's what it's called. I was really high level for Sims Free Play. I'm not gonna lie. I was obsessed with making like a ginger. I was also obsessed with making a ginger lady called Erica, and I forgot what I used to always call her daughter. But yeah, I was always obsessed with making a ginger lady, and her daughter was called Erica. And then when I was younger, Erica had a baby, and then I made this kind of weird storyline where Erica just ditches her baby and never comes back. But the thing is, luckily in Sims Free Play, the children don't die. So that's really nice. And also on top of that, if I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is still the same thing. This is ages ago, by the way, like at least 10 years ago when this happened, when I used to play like this. But if you don't take care of your Sims for a really long time, their needs fill up and get taken care of automatically. Luckily enough, I don't know why, but I was obsessed with like leaving my baby behind. I think her name was like Tina or something like that. It's like something like adult. That's like a very adult name for a baby. I don't know. That's really weird as a child. I mean, but some people used to drown aren't there people out there who drown their Sims and put them in the pool? I've never done that. Now I'm at a point where I just create happy families, and here we are. I create really happy families. But anyway, into the build. This floor plan. The floor plan does change. You'll see it's right now it's a 2-bedroom. It ends up being a 1-bedroom. I'm also picking the wallpapers. I actually really like these wallpapers. I think I picked this one first, but then I didn't know what I wanted, so I put out all the wallpapers, well, the ones with the brick at the bottom, and I lined them all up. I actually do like all these wallpapers. They're very autumnal. I really like that blue, but I do stick with like a beige because it's like more autumny. Maybe I'll do another build, I don't know, a starter home, but I can't exactly remember the price of these things, so I don't know if I'll start home, but I'll try my best. Maybe we can do a start home with just seasons. That'd be really fun. But yeah, like an autumn home. It's always gonna be autumn. I feel like the exterior stuff is very autumny. It's not really, well, I guess this can be a winter cabin. Ow, sorry, I'm not sure if you heard that. I just cracked my shoulder. Yeah, they're very autumny. That's what I kind of get, like a cabin. It's not really a summer house, the stuff that they gave us. But it is what it is. I'm not exactly complaining. Oh my gosh, I keep moving my mouse. But yeah, the floor plan basically stays the same. Where the kitchen is and where the living room stays the same. But where the front door is, the hallway, all that, those walls get taken down. I believe the wall behind the kitchen counters gets taken down as well. I just make a more open floor, make it more open. It felt very tight and closed off, and I didn't like the floor plan, so I do change that. And yeah, it becomes a 1-bedroom oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind, I'm joking. Where the single bedroom is, how many minutes do we have left of this video? 16 minutes, okay. Where the single bedroom is, that ends up being a bathroom. And because the main bedroom has an ensuite, it just gets flipped, so it's on the right-hand side of the bedroom, not the left-hand side. The kitchen's layout basically stays the same. Nothing much changes there. And also, you'll see in a second that I do swap out the ladder for the stairs. I really wanted a ladder, but it didn't really make sense for the first floor to have a ladder to the second floor. I feel like a ladder tends to be from the second floor to the attic space, to the third floor. It's really weird to imagine walking to somebody's house and to go upstairs you have to use the ladder. It doesn't really make much sense. So I swap out the ladder for a staircase instead. I think that makes a little bit more sense. And basically the living room stays the same. It was very tight here, as you can see. I'm trying to figure this out. I mean, I don't know why. I guess I'm just trying to move things around, but it didn't really make much sense. I'm not really good with floor plans now. I'm realizing it now, but I'm getting there. You know, I don't really build often in The Sims. I tend to do like renovations and stuff, so building from scratch is not really something I tend to do. But you know, we all start from somewhere. It's not too bad actually. I really like the outcome of the house. It ends up being, I don't think the dining table ends up having only two chairs because I imagine this with this house. I do put some stuff on the in the garden, but I imagine for this house, it's just a couple. I always do a house for a couple. I never really do houses for single sims, but well, some of my starter builds actually do have um like enough. It's enough money. A lot of my starter builds, not all of them, but majority of them, I do end up using a 20k budget and not 24. I think that's what it is when you get it's 22 or 24 for two sims, but they can fit two sims, three sims. I always do a couple. I don't know why. And also, I put this tree here. So you'll see in the edited version where I'm speaking that I tried to put a tree there to hide that really tall. It's really tall. If you see on the side how tall the house is on the side because of the roof. But actually, I'll actually give this house a 10 out of 10. I didn't do that bad of a job. And also, this is the attic space where I imagine, like, if because it's autumn right now in the game, um, imagine like the Christmas stuff, like Christmas tree and the spring stuff, will be in the attic space. So when that time comes where it's Christmas, you can just go. I mean, that'll be quite a pain. Imagine trying to drag a Christmas tree. I know, but it'll be in a box, wouldn't it? Yeah, you'll probably take it down and put it in a box. So yeah, I was gonna say because I in my head I imagined that because in The Sims they don't put it in boxes, they just have the Christmas tree there. In my head I thought, oh my god, imagine trying to get a tree out from the attic and pulling it down with a ladder and not a staircase, but it ends up being a staircase. So oh, I also put the thermostat. I've never used the thermostat. I'm still in the process of trying to kind of have more gameplay so I can use the thermostat because right now with the very veggie legacy, I only have. I don't know why, but I started in spring. I guess I can have more experience that way because I didn't want to start in Christmas around Christmas time, and next episode I haven't filmed it. It's hopefully I'll be when I get my PC back this time next week. Hopefully, I mean the issue with my PC is small enough, I guess. It's not like a massive issue, so hopefully it's not a big issue where it's going to take days and days. It seems like it can be taken care of in a day. That's what I think anyway. It's just like something to do with the RAM and how I don't want to talk about it because it's been stressful and I haven't stopped talking about it since I got my PC. So I'm trying to learn to like leave things as they are. Like I'm the type of person where I can talk about the same thing over and over and over again. And really I need to learn to just reel it in and just leave it and stop talk about the same thing over and over again. So I'm not going to talk about it. Here, I mean, I was going for an autumn house. These webs don't stay because it was more of like a Halloween house. That's not what I wanted. I wanted more of like a warm, inviting family home, even though it's a couple. Also saying the attic space can actually be turned. It's going to be a very small space, but it can be turned into like a teenager's room. I'm pretty sure you can figure that out because the parents have their own ensuite. But the thing is, the teenager, if they're staying upstairs, they're going to have to come downstairs to use the toilet. But actually, it ends up being a staircase. So that won't be a big problem. You don't have to climb. Imagine needing to pee and then you have to climb down a ladder to go pee. That'd be an absolute nightmare. I mean, maybe it's fun for some, but that sounds like a nightmare to me. And also, I did play test the house, and it is functional. I play tested most of the things, like the living room space, well, with a finished product, of course. And I really want to use this bookcase, but it's too tall. I don't know why they didn't make it for short wall height, or maybe I was just placing it wrong. But you can see that it's taller than the actual height of the ceiling because I don't build a medium wall height. I don't like the way it looks. Unless it's like a commercial thing. I've never built a commercial like house or anything like that, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm literally not talking about anything that makes sense because I've never built a commercial build ever in my Sims career, in my time playing The Sims. Here I tried to add like a bay window, didn't make sense at all because I don't know what I was doing honestly. I don't know why I tried to add a bay window because this is not the living room area. This could have been cool. Actually no, because actually I don't know, but I'm not really a fan of putting the living room right next to the front door. You know how some people have like open spaces and stuff? I'm not a fan of putting the living room right next to the front door. So when you walk in, I mean, it wouldn't really look that nice. But if I kept the bay window, that could have been the living room area. Behind that, that could have been the dining table and the kitchen. But I'm not really into that. I'm used to like closed floor plans. So open floor plans is just it's not my strongest suit. It's not really a strong thing for me because I'm used to closed planned homes. So as you can see, I'm getting rid of the webs because it doesn't make as much sense at all. Um, so yeah, I keep the same flooring and everything. You will see in a second. It's not a big drastic change, but you can see that I have changed a few things around because the floor plan was just way too awkward. But I guess that's what you learn. I learned that it's not a great look. It doesn't always have to be a hallway. I don't always have to have a hallway because it just took too much space and it didn't really flow that well. So now I'm looking at it, I could have probably no, because it would have been really small and tight. The kitchen could have been on the wall. You see, this is what it is. This is what ends up being looking like. I get rid of that entire entryway. I still wanted the closed off feel, so I added like a separation with half walls and a wall, and I just added spandrels. I think it looks pretty good actually. I think it flows better, so you don't feel like you're cramped every time you walk through. I brought the outside into the inside. Oh god, I'm like clipping my mic. Sorry. I need to like sit it further away. My bad. Because I don't know how loud that was. My bad. I'm sorry if I blew your eardrums out. But I wanted to bring the outside into the inside. I used the pillars from Seasons and put them on the inside. That's the only place that I actually add the pillars. I could have added them upstairs now I'm thinking about it, but I wasn't really thinking that far ahead. So the pillars only stay on the inside, on the inside downstairs. Oh, I also used the mudroom, the Grange. Like last episode, is it last episode or the tiny home, something like that? I kept saying grunge when it's Grange mudroom kit. I do apologize. It is Grange mudroom kit. I can't remember the creator of the mudroom kit, but I do add that here. Like I still wanted an entryway, so I did. I'm moving the mic so close to my face. I'm just used to talking with this so close to my face. I do apologize if I'm blowing eardrums out. I'm just so used to having like entryways. So maybe I can do a house where I follow a floor plan. I think that'd be pretty cool. Do something for a change instead of always having a hallway. Who knows? But yeah, I kept the kitchen quite simple. I don't know why, but I used the cheapest count the cheapest stove and the cheapest fridge. I don't know why. I guess I forgot that these are supposed to be placeholders. Now looking back, I definitely could have changed it. I don't add much decoration. I guess I forgot. I don't know. I had a smoke alarm. I don't think I added a plant. I wish I'd added a plant or something, but I guess I just wasn't. When I film my videos, actually, I do try to film my videos within 40 minutes because I don't want to play for like 3 hours. Oops, let me move my mouse to see how much we have. 7:50. Okay, 7 minutes 50 left. Yeah, I do have a time limit every time I play, and I really don't want to play and film for 3 hours long, or like sit there for 3 hours. Or if it makes me feel more productive and I have a time limit. So I gave myself 40 minutes to film this, and I had to make it quick. So you will see like some of the items for the living room and some of the items for the bedroom. The bathroom's are already done. You'll see in a few minutes that I already finished the bathrooms off camera. I speak about that, but of course this is speed build and I had to mute the entire video. But when on the second channel, that's when I'll keep you updated. On my second channel I will be posting that and I'll explain the reasons why I do all of that. But yeah, as you can see, I added the staircase. I do add the Grange mudroom kit here right next to the staircase to make it more warm and kind of family orientated. I love that bed, and and every time I see people like build stuff and everything like that, or in the Sims, everything like that. Every time I see people build stuff, I always wondered where that bed came from, what pack that is, and I'm so happy it's Seasons because that bed looks so. Literally looks so warm. And I don't know, but I've been watching a lot of shows recently, and I don't know why, but recently I've been saying things like, "Oh, that bed looks so comfortable. That bed looks so nice." I don't know. I feel like I will like sometimes when you watch shows and stuff, and you look at that bed, I'm like, "Damn, that looks really uncomfortable." I've been doing that recently, and I used the Grange mudroom kit here. I do have to move the thermostat, but it's fine. I didn't want to add too much stuff, but I did want it to feel like an entryway, and I feel like I did a pretty good job. It wasn't too bad actually. I didn't do a bad job. I'm very very lucky that it matches enough that the colorways in the Grange mudroom kit it does match the what's it called the wallpaper really well. It's at least it wasn't garish. It didn't have any garish colors or anything. That's kind of what I'm talking about. And I also add the Grange mudroom kit basket there into the living room. I don't think it was going to fit, and I had a few more clutter items in a second. And I did want to add this coat hanger at the front or and the back. Did I add at the back? No, I don't. I did want to add it at the front, but as you can see, there's literally no wall space. In real life, you probably could have. Yeah, because these doors are massive. I didn't realize, but I guess they are 3 tiles, so I don't know what I was expecting, to be fair. But yeah, they're really massive, so I don't think I add any coats. I did. Oh, when I edited this the first time, I did say that I wish I added the like what's it called, like this where you put the umbrellas in, the storage for the umbrellas. I wish I added that because I think your Sims actually use umbrellas, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, does it rain in autumn? I think so. I haven't seen autumn gameplay or anything like that. When in Very Veggie is just about to turn summer, my Very Veggie Legacy, the last episode, it's just about to turn summer in like in 2 days' time. And it's also Love Day the next day, which would be really fun to film when I get my PC back. Oops, oh my gosh, sorry about that. I do use the base game chairs. I mean, sorry, the table, and then I use the seasons chairs. I like to use these. I don't mind them, but I don't know what type of style this is. These chairs are they seem like they'll suit the Enchanted by Nature pack. These chairs, I don't know, they're very whimsical, like very cottagey. They remind of like a cottage, like the interior of a cottage, you know. Onto the living room, as you see here, all the furniture's picked out and everything. I just wanted to make it quick, and I do use the seasons sofas and the seasons hall table, and I put that behind the sofa to kind of take up the space. I do add a Christmas tree. You might be wondering, why are you adding a Christmas tree when this is an autumn house? The reason why I did that is because if you guys ever want to, if you ever want to play in this house, I did want to make sure that you can actually fit a Christmas tree in here. I did want to make sure that you can actually fit a Christmas tree in here. But you don't want to put the Christmas tree outside, so I've added a Christmas tree for people who want to play in this house if you want to. So at least if you want to get rid of it, that's fine. But it's more about checking to see if the Christmas tree will actually fit in this house, and it did. And I'm really happy about that, actually. I'm really, really happy about that. And it flows, yeah, I did play test this as well. It flows really well. Apparently I don't cut this out. I swear I furnished these. Oh, I guess I didn't. Well, I thought that I did cut this out, but apparently I do show myself furnishing the bathrooms. No, I guess so. I guess in the edited version I would probably won't show this, so you guys get an exclusive cut. I don't know, actually, I'm not sure if I'll actually take it out, but we'll see. It's very simple. I kept it very simple. A lot of the things are base game besides the sink and the toilet, I think, and the bathtub. So the ensuite has a shower to make it a little bit quicker than the main bathroom. If your Sims end up having a child, and obviously they turn into a teen, they will have to use a bathtub unless you want to change it into a shower to make it quicker. I think showers are definitely cheaper than the bathtubs. I think so. Onto the bedroom. This is my favorite bedroom so far. It looks so warm. Do you see what I mean? Like, it looks so warm and inviting. I definitely want to sleep in that bed. That bed is the same bed that I showed you earlier, but it's just a brown swatch. I don't know, but brown is just very cozy. But it seems very relaxing. And I really like the color scheme of this house. Actually, it's very warm. That's what I was going for. Actually, I didn't want it to be bright or anything. I was going to, for the bed, there is a swatch that is purple, that has the same purple swatch as the sofas. I was going to use that, but I thought to myself, I've already used the purple swatch. I want something a little bit different, and the brown called my name. I used the same wallpaper as I did in the living room, but the living room is the version that has the paneling. The one in the bedroom is the one without the paneling. So it's basically the same wallpaper. I'm not gonna lie and say that it isn't, and also I did add some kid stuff, so if your Sims ever want to have children, you don't have to buy the stuff. I use the swing set, or also I do kind of furnish the upstairs. And also, by the way, I forgot to mention, I do not add a gate or like a fence around the property, because I thought to myself, well, it's The Sims, so I don't really have to. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of it's very closed off, I'll say. When I add a fence, I do add a pathway to nothing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Sims won't even use that pathway, but I tried to add like a little area here. Did not work. I don't know why I did that. At least I tried. But yeah, you can have a swing set. There's a swing set and the monkey bars. Everything besides the monkey bars are seasons. Like the swing set, yes, is seasons. The flower arranging table is seasons. And also the flower arranging table, I didn't realize, is actually underneath the roof. So if it is raining, your Sims won't get wet or anything, so that's nice. I didn't realize that when I was doing it, but when I went back and made sure that everything was fine, like I put the roof trims in the right place. It is under the also the bee box is underneath the roof as well. And I did a little bit of a little scarecrow. So that is basically it for the house. I really enjoyed building it, and I'm trying to wrap this intro up so I don't miss my time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm adding just a bit of train paint here to make it a little bit more realistic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time for more Sims 4 content from me. Goodbye!